from the loneliness of Australia's outback desert for the needs of the world's most populous countries comes energy and minerals from deep below the Earth's surface. Energy from uranium to power and to heat cities. And ore for smelting and refining to pure copper. The conduit for the world's electricity, water and communication. Energy and minerals from one of the world's richest resource regions, mined by one of the world's most significant resource companies, Western Mining Corporation. Energy and minerals from Olympic Dam, from mine to market. From Adelaide, South Australia, ships regularly take to the world's oceans, carrying cargo from WMC's Olympic Dam. On board, thousands of tons of copper cathode and uranium. Final markets, Europe, the United States, Asia. It's here that WMC's uranium is used to provide heat and power to energy-hungry nations. And it's here that WMC's copper cathodes are processed for a myriad of uses. The raw material for the immensely vast and mostly unseen network of products at the heart of modern civilization. Raw material which began its journey thousands of kilometers away, deep beneath the arid red sands of one of the most challenging locations on Earth, at Olympic Dam. Occupying more than 200 square kilometers on a continent larger than mainland USA, Olympic Dam is far inland in Australia's famous outback. Here in this semi-desert region, WMC has established a mine and processing facility truly of world class. Here temperatures can soar to 48 degrees Celsius, while the average yearly rainfall is just 150 millimeters. It was in this environment in 1975 that WMC discovered the mineralization deep below the surface. Exploration drilling intersected ore bearing copper, uranium, gold and silver at depths in excess of 300 meters over an area of about 20 square kilometers. Superimposing Olympic Dam over some of the world's biggest cities provides some scale to the relatively compact but immensely rich ore body, which at latest estimates contains a combined proved and probable reserve of more than 570 million tons of ore. The proved and probable reserves of copper alone represent about 2% of the world's total copper reserves, with the potential to increase that to 5%. Since 1986, extensive development of the operation has taken place, and already more than 10 million tons of ore have been extracted. In that time, well in excess of $1 billion have been spent bringing Olympic Dam to its current level of activity, and considerably more expansion is planned. A second shaft, a new electric furnace, and a new grinding mill, the largest in Australia, are being added to further increase production levels. As well, a long-term planning group with the relevant technical expertise has been established to research and plan still further expansions, underscoring the extent of the mineralization and the confidence WMC has in Olympic Dam's future. Here, simply, is a world-class mining and processing operation in business for the long term. Even with greatly increased production levels, Olympic Dam has an economic life measured in centuries. Already, Olympic Dam is one of the most modern and safest mines of its type in the world. Here, more than 80 kilometers of underground roads, added to at the rate of more than 10 kilometers per year, allow miners to extract millions of tons of ore annually. And here, importantly, all Olympic Dam ore is processed from its raw state to concentrate and refined metals on site in an extensive state-of-the-art and continually growing processing facility. A facility which takes the ore through a mill, a hydrometallurgical plant in which uranium is precipitated, dewatered, calcined to uranium oxide, and packed in 200-litre drums for export. A copper smelter, incorporating an Outokumpu flash furnace, and a copper refinery, using the ISA electro-refining process. Short-term optimum production is 85,000 tons of copper and 1,500 tons of uranium per year. The ore is also yielding more than 20,000 ounces of gold per year and over 500,000 ounces of silver. But beyond the world-class size of the deposit, Olympic Dam stands apart for other reasons too. Commensurate with the operation's size is Olympic Dam's care for the environment and its workers. A large team of environmental and health professionals continually audits the mine's environmental performance, measuring the radiological impact of the operation, lessening the operation's impact on the region's flora and fauna, and ensuring the continuing good health of its workers, first through regular, rigorous health and safety checks, and through the application of stringent mine safety practices. Olympic Dam looks after its people in other ways too. The mine's location, more than 500 kilometers from the nearest capital city, meant that WMC, with the help of the South Australian government, built its own support town, where little but saltbush existed before. Commenced in 1986, just south of the mine site, the township of Roxby Downs has already grown to support about 3,000 people, with plans for further expansion. A modern and well-planned community, Roxby Downs supports a 600-student school, a technical college, shops, and extensive recreational and sporting facilities. All this within an hour and a half by plane from South Australia's capital city, Adelaide. Home to almost 1 million people, Adelaide has a European flavour and a Mediterranean climate. Beyond the city's extensive commercial, business and retail facilities, Adelaide is also the base for Australia's booming wine industry, producing most of the country's excellent export wines, and Australia's most significant arts and cultural festival, held every 2 years. And it's here that Olympic Dam Marketing has its headquarters. As a wholly owned subsidiary of WMC, Olympic Dam Marketing is in charge not only of selling Olympic Dam's products, but also of managing the considerable logistics of moving refined product from the mine site to customers many thousands of kilometers away. With Olympic Dam's products traveling such distances, ODM's attention to detail contributes invaluably to the organization's reputation as a reliable long-term supplier of copper and uranium. A reputation which commences with its staff in Adelaide and flows on to its resident representatives overseas. In Britain, the home of the London Metals Exchange, where most of the world's metal prices are fixed, ODM's European representative maintains close contact with customers and monitors the progress of deliveries. as does ODM's North American representative, who's in regular contact with power utility customers in the US and Canada, and also ensures the reliable delivery of Olympic Dam's uranium from its transshipment port in Europe to the United States. With more than 1,500 tons of uranium yellowcake and about 85,000 tons of highly refined copper cathode leaving the refinery every year, on-time delivery requires precise coordination. A process which, with copper, begins with the barcoding of each bundle. Up to 80% of Olympic Dam's copper, registered under the brand name Olida as LME Grade A cathode, is shipped overseas. The remainder is consumed within Australia. WMC has established its own facilities at the Port of Adelaide to speed the handling and guarantee the integrity of customer orders, whether within Australia or overseas. Some 500 bundles of cathode copper, each containing about 60 to 70 sheets, arrive from the mine each week. Barcoded bundles are again checked against computer inventories before being loaded aboard ship for customers overseas or aboard rail and road transport for delivery within Australia. The progress of vessels bound for Europe and Asia is controlled by world-class shipping agents who supervise unloading and dispatch of bundles to their final destination. Olympic Dam copper is used as raw material for the production and fabrication of an infinite variety of products, including electrical cables, wire and piping. Copper is used in products such as generators and motors, lighting fixtures and wiring, radio and TV sets, computers, in fact, almost everything electrical. It's also used in plumbing products, motor vehicle radiators, air conditioners, home heating systems, and steam condensers, to name still more applications in an almost endless list of products relying on copper from producers like Olympic Dam. All of Olympic Dam's uranium is exported exclusively for use in electrical energy generation. Like all of Australia's uranium, Olympic Dam yellowcake is exported under Australia's stringent and internationally endorsed safeguards governing nuclear non-proliferation. The uranium remains stored at the mine site until the ship transporting it is berthed 550 kilometers to the south. Immediately, a huge operation swings into action as, sealed in drums and packed into shipping containers, the uranium is loaded onto trucks for its 10-hour overland journey to port. In a precise and well-coordinated operation, a fleet of trucks assembled near the mine to form a convoy which takes on a life of its own, a mechanical caterpillar, lumbering over a sea of ancient red sands in one of the most unforgiving environments on Earth. Once in Adelaide, the containers, like the copper, are loaded aboard ship for a sea voyage that will ultimately deliver them safely to customers throughout the world. Nuclear power is established in 28 countries as a major source of reliable, economic electrical energy, with minimal impact on the environment. With an increasing international need for uranium, Olympic Dam's reputation as a supplier from an economically and politically stable region is continuing to grow. And finally, Olympic Dam gold and silver makes its way to precious metal vaults in Australia and around the world, from where it's sold on the world's precious metal markets for use in jewelry and other investment and ornamental needs. So this is Olympic Dam today. WMC's Olympic Dam is already recognized as a long-term, reliable supplier of refined copper, uranium oxide, gold and silver. From raw material to refined product, from the harsh Australian outback to the key markets of the world, Olympic Dam is totally committed to the quality of its products And Olympic Dam Marketing is equally committed to the quality of its service to customers. Olympic Dam, from mine to market.